Hey guys, how you doing? Day after Christmas. Hope everybody had a good Christmas. Weirdly enough, it's like 70 degrees here. I'm in short sleeves and sweating. Went up at the top, cutting some of that wood up in firewood grounds. Brought this 660 back. Just wanted to degree down the top end on. Mainly got a little more RPM than it had before. Maybe a little more grunt, but you can tell a little difference in it. Same chain that was on it. It ain't much. It's an old, it's round ground, hand filed. It was a ripping chain, and I just kind of pulled the angles back on it to make a cross-cut chain out of it. So don't expect much. We've got a few pieces of this stuff left. It is hardwood, just in case someone wants to comment and say that I'm cheating and, running short bars and cutting softwood, and believe it or not, I've read it, it's happened, I've deleted it. Again, like the other video, I really don't know what's wrong with people today, and on that 395 we had here, was not running a short bar at a 28-inch, full comp, square ground chain, really aggressive. Same wood, you're welcome, You can see it's a crotch of a tree, knotty as hell. It's hemlock, it's not oak or hickory or something, but it's a pretty good test for a saw. But we're going around it in this 038. Just take note, chains both have time on them. If you call 24s and 20s short bars, maybe you live in a different part of the world than I do and cut a different kind of wood, but 24 is a pretty long bar for around here. But I'm gonna hush and get the saws fired back up and hope we don't run out of fuel. I think I brought fuel though, and I'll let the wife, the camera woman, about wore out. About hungover from the Christmas festivities, but it was a pretty day and didn't want to sit in the house during the evening. But we'll put these things in some wood, but like I said, don't expect much with these chains, but they'll do good enough. Hey guys, thought I'd do a little voiceover here so it wasn't as boring. I just put another cylinder I'd picked up. It was a pretty good looking Nicosil top end. It was a no-name. Plating in it looked nice though, but I just wasn't happy with the saw before. Cylinder that come with it was garbage. Cylinder number 2 was about as bad, but I think third time was a charm. Plating in it pretty nice. All the ports good. We cut quite a bit out of the squish band, quite a bit off of the base, and that takes forever when you're doing it by hand. Wish we could figure a way to do it on the Huskies, but, whatever it is, what it is. I've seen some guys have got creative and found ways to cut the bases of them, but anything I've tried just kind of failed. But she got around 180 PSI. Rings ain't seated, but I really like the saw a lot better. It's, it's quite some bit snappier. It'll give any 50mm Husky build I've done a run for its money, if not outcut either one of them, but I don't know, the one we done for Simple Man was a pretty strong saw, but there was some things we done a little different with that one. And that Johnny's a pretty stout saw too, to be 70 cc's, but this thing could handle a lot longer bar. I just like a 20. It's what I've ran for a long time. Some people call them a short bar, but, where I'm at, it's really not. I call 16s and 18s and 14s short bars, but I guess it's just wherever you're at. And guys, I ain't out to compete with anyone here. I'm just having fun with my saws my buddies or some of you guys send me to build, just having fun with them. 395, that was one strong saw. Like I said earlier, it was a long bar on it. That's a big power head. I'll admit, bar looked short on it in the video. Maybe that was some confusion, but I just think some people like to pick at other people, or I don't know, like to compare folks to other folks, and I've just, never have really cared. I've just done me for me. That probably sound weird from someone that used to be a drag racer, but we went on street night or on testing team night and just went to have fun. Never really, me and my buddies would line up and race, but I've never have been a competitive person, so, if your buddy has one of these he built and it'll walk off and leave this one, well, I'm happy for him, But I really like this saw a lot better now. I hope the top end on it lasts. I usually run a good heavy oil mix, so, I'll keep it in the rotation of saws. I think she'll do pretty good, but she's a damn sure throwing some chips. I think this is the last cut I make with this, and then we go to the 660. But yeah, it's just a real nice cutting saw now. I think we're about to go to that 660. Yeah, it's coming up. I'd shown where we went back in and redone the cylinder. It was unneeded, really. I can tell the difference in the way it runs, but 9 out of 10 other people probably wouldn't even noticed it. It was lacking a little bit of RPM up top was the deal. Blowdown was a little short on it. One of the uppers had some plate and flake a little bit, and, I had to clean it up and fix it, and it ended up with, pretty tight blowdown on it, and, that's fine. I could have went and raised the exhaust roof a degree or two, which in my opinion it was already too high, but, these saws come from the factory with the high exhaust roof, so, it is what it is. In my opinion, with, cutting the band on this one and the base exhaust roof, still a little too high, but, it is what it is. It seems to perform really well. I mean, it's a big old 54mm bore, so, she's gonna make pretty good compression regardless of where the exhaust timing's at, I guess, and, you're reading that right. I'm pulling on that about as hard as I can. My bicep and forearms flexed after pulling on it. You can see the RPM drop or raise back up when I come back down for the down cut. But, I just wanted to see how I could tug on it. But really like this saw. I will end up letting it go. Someone will end up with a good saw and a good deal. But we got an outro coming. You guys have a good one. Like I said, that's not softwood. You can take that for what it's worth. Kit saws got less than $600 between the pair. That's not counting bars and chains, but I swapped my bars and chains out. That's what a lot of you guys ask about the Archer bars. This one's just a cheap bottom of the line one. It's comparable to what would come on like, a steel saw you would go buy that's not a pro level. This one it's not I guess a riveted together bar. It's one solid piece of steel with I think they said an Oregon tip would go back in it. It's a little heavier than that bar, see, but they're not bad bars either. That's a bone stock Chinese square ground chain. Like I said, this one's I think it's an Archer, but it's a it's a ripping chain that's been filed back, so it does all right, I guess. But anyway, happy holidays to everyone. Hope you had a Merry Christmas, and as always, you guys stay safe and have a good one.